Hi guys, my name's Sacha and I have a family video vlog called 8 Miles From Home that I create with my husband and our little daughter Story. And today for Netmums I'm making a video about my top 10 holiday hacks for long car journeys with a baby. Long car journeys is something we are not strangers to. Since Story has been born in her 10 months we have driven many miles from Portugal to England and all around France and Spain as well. So here we go with my top 10 tips for car journeys with a baby. Number 1 is to use a sunshade. This is particularly good to put up at the window where the baby's going to be sitting. It protects them from the sunlight and the UV rays, and it also darkens down the window a little bit if they're sleeping. It's also great for that. If you don't have a proper window sunshade, you can also use a muslin. It kind of does the same thing, just anything to put up against the window to block them from light. Whee! Next up is to use a car seat mirror. Now this is great when the child is rear facing, when they're little babies. You can always keep an eye on them. If you're sitting in the front, you can see them and see what they're up to. It's also a safety mechanism, but also as they get a bit older, especially around Story's age, 9 and 10 months old, and they're more interactive, you can actually wave at them and they can see you. And Story loves it when I play peekaboo with her when she's in the back. It's been invaluable, we use it loads. The next tip is toys. We tend to give Story some smaller handheld toys when we're going on a long car journey. These are great rather than giving them a larger toy that can obstruct them or get heavy on their lap or something. A little handheld toy is perfect. Story loves her little rattles and cats. These keep her amused and entertained for ages in the car on a long car journey. If the journey we're doing is for a particularly long one, we take extra toys and swap them over at halfway point so she doesn't have the same toy for the whole journey. It just keeps it a bit more interactive for them, but definitely some smaller handheld toys are perfect. Are you saying goodbye? It's not finished yet. My next tip is for bottle making on the go. So for this we pack a thermos flask and it is incredible. It's a really great tip because you can take the hot water with you on the journey, and our thermos flask keeps the water hot for up to 12 hours, so we have no problems mixing up Story's formula bottles on the journey. Another tip while we're on the bottle making is to have a little powder pot. These are great because you can put the powder in the little compartments, so you don't need to worry about having to measure out the milk formula on a journey, which can get a bit messy. It's already done pre-trip, so you just pop it in the bottle with the thermos water and there you go, you've got a bottle ready made. It's really easy to do and a great travel tip for me. My next tip is to schedule regular stops. You'll generally know when your baby needs to stop, or if they're on a routine you can stop at the same times as you normally would if you were at home. Also, planning for regular stops in advance gives you a chance to make up the bottle before you stop so it's perfect temperature for when you get there, and also it gets the baby out of their car seat for a little while, so it gives them a break, gives them a little time to move around and stretch before they continue on with the journey. Just breaks up the day for them a little bit. The way we generally schedule our stops is if we need to stop for diesel or petrol for the car, we can tie it in with a baby break as well, and also we can grab ourselves a coffee, which normally are quite needed on long car journeys. Hey, oh, you hit me in the face. Oh dear. Another top tip from me for a long car journey with a baby is to pack a travel changing mat. Now we have one of these that we use quite a lot, and these are great. You can change the baby wherever you are. Yeah. Our one is a little foldable mat that goes into our nappy bag, and we can change Story in the car, on the back seat, or even on a bench or the grass. If you've got a changing mat, anywhere can be a nappy changing table. It's great. We have on occasion changed Story in the back of the car if it's empty, in the boot, because it's generally a big space where you can lay them out fully and you don't really mind if it gets a bit mucky. Having a travel changing mat is also good if it's bad weather and you don't have to take them out of the car. You can just do it wherever you are. Story has been changed in many locations. While we're on the subject of nappy changing, my next tip is to carry nappy bags. Now these aren't just great for bagging up dirty nappies along the way, but they can also be used to hold soiled clothes. If it happens and the baby needs changing, you've got somewhere to put the wet, dirty clothes. And also they can be used as a mini rubbish bag for anything that may happen on your car journey. They are quite useful to have, these little nappy bags. My next tip is to have a 2-in-1 car seat and stroller. Now we use the Duna car seat, which we have absolutely loved. We've had it since before Story was born and we're still using it today, and it is just perfect for a long journey because you don't have a pushchair in the back of the car, so you've got extra car space, and it is just so easy and convenient to go from car to home or a shop. You don't need to get out another stroller. It is perfect for a long car journey. Absolutely. Alternatively, if you don't have or don't want to get a car seat and stroller 2-in-1, you can have your car seat but then also pack a more lightweight travel stroller rather than a big pushchair for your journey, because again it just frees up so much car space and it's just less bulky to have with you when you're travelling. Next up, my tip is to always pack extras. Extra bottles, extra formula, extra food portions, extra toys, nappies, clothes. Just make sure you have extras of pretty much everything, because you never know what's going to happen on a long car journey. There could be delays, traffic, breakdowns. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen, but you just never know. So always pack for extras, for the just in cases. Last up, we are at number 10, and my final tip for a long car journey with a baby is to have them travel in a sleep suit at whatever time of day. I always put Story in a sleep suit for a long journey because it's just more comfortable for them. They have less layers on, and if you do arrive at your destination later on or at nap time, at bedtime, they are already in their sleep clothes, so they can just go from car to bed if need be. And again, I just think it's a much more comfortable way for them to travel on a long journey. Okay, so they were my top 10 holiday hacks for a long car journey with a baby. I hope you found it useful. I definitely do pretty much all of these whenever we go on a long journey with Story, and it is just really handy to know these little bits of information. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe. Bye! Story, shall we say bye? Bye! Good girl.